Hiya girls, we are Barney and Lukey and we are the hot young visionaries behind Truffle Pig Wigs.
And this is Cliffhangers, the unofficial, unrequested and unhinged RuPaul's Drag Race recap show.
The views and opinions expressed on Cliffhangers are from a couple of women who just love drag and have zero real business judging it. If you are not a fan of red-hot acidic critique, turn back now.
He puts the gnarly in finale is Barney.
Oh, and she is the human blood blister. It is Miss Lukey Luck.
Hey, how's everybody doing tonight?
And I am always here to hello and make your beauty dreams come true.
What have we been up to?
Oh, what have we been up to?
Well, last night we went to Georgie B and Gia Jenkins's soon-to-be legendary lesbian pub quiz jelly wrestling night, Lady Gravy.
Yeah. London's premiere lesbian jelly wrestling evening, actually. Premiere.
Our team, the Cum Gutters, we weren't doing too good. However, when it came to the jelly wrestling, what do they call it in like Return of the Mockingjay? Like our
What's Return of the Mockingjay? Oh, that thing with Jennifer Lawrence.
Hunger Games.
Sure. Pledge?
Well, whatever. Our pledge. I don't think that is the word. Iona absolutely smashed it in the wrestling.
Didn't they?
Wearing a lovely lady jock. What did we decide they were called?
A lady jock.
I thought that they had a more punny name.
Really?
Wow. The brain cells are knocking about in there.
Yeah, I know. It's zero thoughts, just vibes.
Also this week, I went to see Steps.
Did you see what I sent you this morning, girlies? They've cancelled the rest of the tour.
Oh, because Lee's
been struck down. Apparently more. It was
as long as Lisa's safe, that's what I care about.
She's still in Dubai, no?
Still no, she was in Brighton the other night.
I can't believe he only got 80%.
Do you know what? I would have loved it if Faye was there, but those little spectacular angels, they didn't miss a beat. In fact, there was one point where me and Tom looked at each other like, did Lisa just get Faye's lyrics wrong? But
wow.
All the live vocals, you couldn't fault them. All the moves, they had a stage that spun round, a stage that came up. H wore a dress. Let me say it again, Lisa Scott Lee's vocals, like people would say
spotless.
Yeah, people would say, yeah, it's Claire and Faye who are your vocal ladies, but Lisa is there. It was just so good. They modernised it really well, because normally I don't like it when people like Britney say, well, obviously it wasn't up to her, but we'll just do like a really weird version of like Baby One More Time.
Are you on Adderall?
I'm very excited.
We do a drag race podcast, and I have never once heard you talk in this way about any drag artist.
All the intel that I can. Obviously, our outfits were sensational as well. Maybe I'll pop that up on the pod.
Oh, I'd like that. I feel like I haven't seen a proper image.
And then also this week, well, for the same day for the Drag Race finale, we knocked up a lovely giant wiglet for Miss Victoria Scone. You may have seen it. Big, white,
we'll pop a photo of that up on the pod as well.
Let's do that.
Because she looks absolutely incredible. She looks so gorgeous. They all, actually, I really thought all of them really came out with their looks for the finale thing. What is that? Like the viewing party, I guess.
Sorry, I was trying not to
the viewing party of it all.
Who was your favourite of the looks?
Victoria Scone, obviously. Fantastic hair. Yeah, and I just love her. Should we talk some drags?
Let's talk the drags.
Okay. And
Previously on RuPaul's Drag Race UK.
It's the last episode.
It is.
Mixed feelings.
Care to elaborate?
Well, I'm. This season's over.
Season's over.
And normally I would feel a bit different to how I'm feeling with this season, but I'm ready for it to be over.
I have enjoyed it, but it's a real relief to know that I don't have to write my notes every week.
Yeah. As much as we love doing this podcast. Do you know what? I feel like we really need to watch other seasons and just enjoy them for what they are, rather than it be a job of being like, let me sit down and write notes on this. What, I don't know why we're telling the audience this. Thank you for tuning into our podcast every single week.
I just think it'd be nice to have a more free-form pod where we don't have to write notes.
Yeah.
We can just chat shit about steps.
We might pivot into a sort of like true crime pod where essentially we make up the crimes every week.
The
don't
crime
know.
is your face.
Yeah. Oh,
Anywho, last week on Drag Race UK, the queens took part in the Pearly Gates roast where they were meant to go in on themselves, the judges and the returning eliminated queens. Not sure that they did.
Yeah, still waiting for that.
Ella was the winner. Crystal and Vanity had to battle it out to Dua Lipa. Vanity unfortunately sashayed away, and we have our top three: the White Supremes or the White Supremacists.
Yeah, I don't.
Ella Fatay,
the Rue Premises,
and Crystal Versace.
Yeah.
Da, da, da.
Which is the first time ever in history that there's been three white finalists.
Is that true?
I said it.
Well, definitely not for Down Under. We know that to be true.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah, of course. Fully white cast. What about Jinxie's? No, Roxy Andrews.
Yeah, she's here to make it clear. She ain't a white supremacist.
I hope no one is. I do really love when they do their little like best bits, so you get like a real overall sense of like what they brought to the season. You know, they're giving you a little montage of KV through the years. Like I love seeing that because
I'd forgotten about that fantastic like cat look from week 1 that I loved.
Can we address the elephant in the room? Thank God.
Please don't disgust me.
Thank God Alexandra Burke introduced us to that phrase. There's usually a dog in the top 3. Hoomst.
Who are you calling a dog?
Hoomst.
That everyone who's ever been in the top 3 ever just like,
Okay, let's talk about UK season 3. Say that. Look Bimini or Tace. Yeah. Look, Bimini, Tace on Lawrence Chaney and call one of them a dog. I dare you.
Well, I think I'd know who she would call a dog.
You.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just thought that was a very strange thing. Very strange thing to say. Celebrate that you're in the top 3 without...
But maybe it's because she wanted to do that gag, like, if...
Were you gagging?
No. But, you know, like, that's very the kind of jokes that she likes, isn't it? So it wouldn't surprise me if she had kind of, like, queued that up to be able to pull that joke.
Or with the rehearsed and forced comedy
of
season 3. Yeah. Are we doing season
Don't
3?
threaten me with a good time, sweetheart.
I actually think Kitty is hilarious.
She is.
And very off the cuff funny as well. I think she has such a deep knowledge of all internet and all references that she can just fire anything out.
Do you reckon you could go
toe to toe with
her? All the voices. Sarah, what does she do? Like Scylla, Gemma, Nadine. Okay, I guess I kind of just did it, but that's really hard to go from voice to voice to voice.
I feel like that's maybe a bit of a rehearsed thing that she does.
Probably.
But
because we don't get to see any of them in the studio. Nadine. Scylla, Gemma, Nadine.
I'm still fucking hot over the fact that we didn't get her Scylla.
I know.
And we need to make a pledge to all who listen to this pod. If you're ever thinking of doing Drag Race, please don't fucking do Gemma Collins for Snatch Game. We've had enough of her.
Maybe we do Scylla Sundays in the studio.
Maybe we pivot into a Scylla pod.
Maybe.
Just me singing.
Surprise, surprise.
Anyone who has a dream. I don't even know what the fucking words are.
Life is full.
So we joined the girls after the elimination back in the workroom and love them musing as if they've absolutely just decimated each other in the roast. Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh God, we really went hard there. It's just like, what? Did you just watch that? Are we watching the same thing?
Vanity, though, to throw it back to ancient Rome, because she is a very civilized,
What about Veronica Green working overtime? She is punching in that clock and working overtime. Being, no. Do you know what? It was just really funny because it was unexpected.
You took it in a different direction to what I had previously thought that you might take it.
She's artistically like critiquing this read of just being like, no, I don't think they like you, honey.
Do you remember when we had a turn in season 2 when we were like, I mean, say what you want about her drag, but I think I'm in love with Tia Coffee.
Yeah.
I think I love Veronica now. I just love her.
I have always there's something about her. It's ever since she came out in that harness, and I thought, what's lurking under there, Ronnie? What's lurking under there? She is so strange.
I just love her.
I think that's why I think IRL I'd probably be obsessed with her just because she's so odd.
Yeah.
And just that.
She's a quirky turkey.
And there's a lot of. I really die when people are like really fucking transparent about like shit like that. Like you could tell she was really bothered by it. She's like, no, it's really funny. That is just so funny to me that she can't hide her.
I thought her reaction in the roast, it looked like she did a genuine like cackle. I believe that she thought it was funny.
And also, I definitely like her just for the weird looks that she brought in the final. We've already touched on the Betty Spaghetti green hair
I need
thing.
to save. I've got so many. Not actually. I've probably just got one thought on her finale
thought,
look, but I
full
want to
stop.
talk about it on the runway because
Okay.
yeah.
And then the finale
Keep
look.
them on their toes. Does she like it? Doesn't she? Cliffhangers.
What about Teresa's demented little look as well? It's just
Those firecracker titties.
I really think that we have slept on Teresa
I have
because
not.
well, no, I definitely haven't. I love her, but I feel like the looks that Teresa has been bringing are really, really interesting.
And the face, like the beat she does is absolute gorgeous villain. And Barney's raised an eyebrow to me. I think I
Do you
love
remember
her
what that
face.
feels like before you pumped yourself full of rat poison?
I can still do it.
Oh, you can actually.
Thank you.
Weird.
I didn't need it in the forehead, just in me ones.
Oh my God, but I hate that. You know, when they're like, with the doctor, they're like, we're not going to touch around your hairline. And it's like, great. So I have a sagging hairline and then a marble forehead.
Well, it's good that the sag is kind of like keeping up with everything else.
No, I need it the whole way back. I need it through the hair.
Rosebud. Wait, what were we just talking about?
Teresa's...
Did you know her wig? I read
Did you do a
this-
bit of research?
Well, no, but a couple of weeks ago I saw on Florencia's post that it is a kind of like a plastic sculpture based on... So this is where I probably should have checked first, like a famous Spanish artist, or maybe even from like an Almodovar film, but it's like a very particular, like sculpted Spanish reference, which I thought was
really?
sick.
Okay, love it. I just really like her, and I just think that there's something about her. I think maybe it's her presentation, because people think of her as like such a silly sausage that that they don't really... We don't talk about Teresa like really serving looks, and even though the looks they're not cunty, they're not like I just have consecutively thought about her week to week that it's like, that's really interesting. She's always bringing you in like an interesting take on things.
Yeah, I feel like she's giving you campy, but not in a wacky way. It's like campy with a side of like cool, weird, rather than campy side of clown.
Yeah, and it's like a bit alternative, and it feels a bit punks. Like often it's like looks a bit like DIY, but in a really good way. And I just think like it feels like we've completely glossed over like her and Charity, really.
Let's hear it, everybody, for Teresa and Charity May, I was going to say.
From the House of May. Crystal, did you think that Crystal didn't seem like she really believed that she could win? It just felt a bit dubious when she was like talking about it. She was like, yeah, like I want to be the winner. She just like, the others like, I'm taking the fucking crown. That crown is mine. Like, and she was like, do you know what? Like, I'd just be really happy. Like, she didn't seem like she had much conviction in talking about her as the winner.
I feel like maybe, is that when like a lecturer was talking to her? I feel like maybe like, because everyone really just fucking hated her at the beginning, and she kind of was kind of like, I guess a bit how people treated Violet, like you've come in, you've done well, like we don't like you, you're pretty. So I feel like she's maybe still kind of just been a bit like defensive about that, like a lecturer hasn't been here and seen the growth, so maybe she's just trying to be like, no, I'm not a cocky cunt that you all think I am.
A cocky cunt
Cocky
with a K.
cunt. Cocky.
It was a knife across the throat to hear that prize one final time, wasn't it? It was like, oh, girls, let's battle till the end so that we can get our YouTube video that will disappear into the ether in 6 days.
Probably not
and
even
will
business class.
never be spoken about. No, absolutely not. They're going to be in the back of a Ryanair.
Standing up.
Yeah, yeah, in the alleyway. But the real question on everyone's lips is: Lisa Scott Lee still in Dubai?
At that time, I can tell you, no, she was with me in Brighton, honey. Rocking the main stage. Glitter and gold,
We're back
honey.
here. Ella, with the badge counting, one last time. It couldn't get more older than her styling choices, really, could it? Like, stop doing it.
It's
Message her and say, stop doing it.
like it could have been like a funny, cunty thing like once, but like it's really flogging a dead horse, and then it's just like, yeah, it's not endearing. It just comes off just smug and repetitive, and it's just a bit like, okay, haha, yes, you've done the best. Like,
If I was Kitty as well, I would just start being like, well, you got this for this challenge and actually you didn't deserve it. I should have got that badge. Like, I'd just start questioning them, because there's been no clean sweeps on any of these badges. So I just start, if they're giving you cunty, give them cunty back, you know? What about Ella saying?
cunty see, cunty do.
Yeah.
Say.
What about Ella saying when RuPaul entered the room? You look stunning.
I didn't notice that.
Wow! my God, we have to put that up. When Rue enters in his suit, Ella goes, "You look stunning."
What, for the Crimbo?
Okay. Okay. Someone trying to get a little fuck out of RuPaul. Absolutely hilarious. But
wait, hang on. Is this a?
It's a new day in the workroom.
I mean, every day is a new day in the workroom. But yeah, you rolled that clip. But it is released that the final maxi challenge is an all singing, all dancing performance of "Hey sis, it's Christmas."
I'm crushed up on my wish list. Now Siri is trying to. Hey Siri, open up my ways. No, this isn't about you. It's about sis and Christmas.
Get the fuck out of my business.
We'll get to it, but I loved this number.
I thought it was a really fucking bop. I was such a bop. No?
The little breakdown at the end, like,
oh my.
Oh my God,
oh
Siri.
My God.
I just put do not disturb.
What is your
Siri,
business?
even though he has got a fit voice. But.
You need to stop saying the name that we don't speak of. Sorry for that interruption. Technology has taken over in the studio. Let's talk about them having their little conversations with Rue and Michelle.
Where were the Tic Tacs?
Well, I think as we've discussed before, that was a part of Drag Race that needed to go.
It's funny how like they have phased it out. Like last time, like you didn't eat them, but they were just very in the front of the shot.
An omnipresent threat.
Yes,
yeah.
And now they finally meandered off stage.
Thank God. I can't believe that it takes so long for someone. There is a cast of 100 people in the crew. Someone to be like, "It's 2021. Should we stop making anorexia jokes?"
No.
and that they cling to it as well, that they're like, yeah, let's just leave it in the background. People love it. I thought Michelle Visage looked like a radiant angel in these interviews. I was
that
like,
lovely little just silver lift coming over, gorgeous.
Just the way, I don't know who is on the ones and twos on her face, but just, it's heaven. It's heaven. Did you think that Miss Kitty Scott Claus of the Claus dynasty, do you think she seemed a bit nervous when she was talking to RuPaul? And
maybe, yeah.
Which surprised me.
Yeah, that's weird for her.
Yeah.
Weirder as well. It's like, oh, my mum's never seen me perform because she doesn't come to the nightclubs. Are you telling
Miss
me
Claus.
there's not a brunch that Kitty Scott Claus could do? Or that
sometimes the mums don't like
me.
to see their fully grown sons dressed up as women.
But she's literally like, please, I want to come and see your show. It's like, come on then.
Yeah, honey. But you don't know about the accessibility of these venues. Come on, honey.
I know that there's a fast train from Birmingham to London.
True. I felt like when she was talking, I felt like just from these interviews, everything had real clarity about like who was going to win. As soon as I watched this, it all really like slotted into place for me. Listen to me like dissecting it. Like, it's just slotted into place. Like some fucking psychoanalyst. But
yeah, I only wrote one thing about Kitty's interview, which was that, and the other thing I wrote about Crystal's was I really feel like Crystal's was the winner's chat.
Yeah, I just thought that Kitty, she just felt. I just thought she was too sweet to be the winner. Like, she's too real. There's not enough like sort of rock star NRG. I feel like we know what they're looking for. And when they were talking, when Kitty was talking to Rue, she was just like, I come from a really happy, supportive background. It was very Taste. Come from a very supportive background. I am surrounded by love. I have a great drag family. Like,
I really don't like it, Kat.
yeah, and they're just like, okay, sorry, all I'm hearing is that there is nothing for me to manipulate there.
No.
Enjoy your happy life. I hope it makes you very happy, you know? And so I just, as soon as she started talking, I was like, nah, you're not giving them what they want. Sorry, girl. And then Ellis felt like a job interview. Like, there was such a weird energy in it. Like, the energy was that she needed something from them so badly. Do you know what I mean? I just felt that as soon as that started, I just felt I had a really...
No, I didn't really notice any weird vibes.
Oh, really? And I thought there was a lot of doubt in the way that Ella was talking to them as well. But Crystal, a star. An ease. And also, we're talking grandparents' death. We're talking being a virgin. You are spoon feeding them hoes everything that they want and desire. Like, all of them sort of nuanced little things of, I've had it tough, was just, yeah. But do you not think also RuPaul and Michelle felt so warm and so loving and so like, I found it really unnerving.
They're always very, like, with the rose tinted meds in the UK one.
It was just very strange because I just thought maybe that's what like they're like all the time, but just like I felt like it was like very, very, very kind. And then I was like, I don't normally think it's like this. It felt like they were laughing a lot less, and it was more of a cuddle puddle, which... But as soon as Rue said to Crystal, "You are an original," I was like, he's never spoken to anyone like... The way he speaks to Crystal, he doesn't speak to anyone like that.
No, when he was like, "You're born to do drag," like literally every other drag queen probably just like jumped off a cliff.
Guess I'll fucking kill myself then. Yeah.
You love Christmas, don't you?
Hey sis,
Would
I
you
love
this
Christmas.
challenge?
No.
No.
Just because the only thing about it is I don't like the sort of sticky costuming of it. Like
It's
obviously
only as sticky as what you bring.
I know, but like there's not really a great depth of like Christmas inspired looks that it's just not really my vibe to be Mrs. Santa Claus. Do you know what I mean? And also I wondered about like their looks for this thing. Like, did they have to pack it? They all looked a bit homemade. I mean, definitely homemade. It looked like they had maybe been given a red dress and said, "Here's some fun fur. Have a afternoon."
But like when all the rest of the other girls came on, they all looked a similar level. Maybe it was literally like, "You've got an hour. Here's assorted like trimmings and some red bits."
Trummins. Yeah. I famously love Christmas more than anything. I've actually already been trawling through the shops, getting a variety of new decorations, which I do every year.
What do you do with the old ones?
I mean, they're still on the tree. You've seen what my tree... At this point, my tree is so overstuffed. It looks mental.
What, so you just like break down the tree with its like baubles on still and then just...
What? No, obviously, I'm not a fucking psychopath.
Yeah, I was like,
no.
Where are the other baubles? And you're like, they're still on the tree.
No, you said, what do you do with the other ones? I said, I keep them.
So what,
I don't get rid of
like
them.
68 years worth of Christmas decorations.
Wow. I've actually got 2 trees as well because we're working with 2 different themes. So we've got a bedroom tree, we've got a lounge tree. So normally this is so boring, but get into it, bitches. For the lounge, I do classic gold and red.
You're boring.
And then, and then for the bedroom, we are serving vintage kitsch. It is.
Oh, Jesus. Gross.
Nasty.
I'm joking.
Nasty.
Vintage kitsch is like one of my favourite things in the world.
And I have about 40 of them decorations from Paper Chase. You know, sort of a lovely pink poodle in a tutu, sort of Santa on a surfboard. I've got a lot of dinosaurs rocking the main
Wacky
stage.
gals.
Yeah, just a lot of great ones. And that goes real fucking hard, that tree, the kitsch one. It is, the actual weight of it is so fucking heavy because they're all like glass and metal, aren't they?
I don't see the point of me on the flipper. I ain't a Christmas girl. Since I reached about like probably 12 and the presents really went downhill, I was like, Christmas is shit. It's all just families being annoying, me having to do shit I don't want to do, and having to go to Devon away from my friends for fucking ages.
You always just used to send me photos on the only seasonal messages I'd get from you is just like you with giant wheels of cheese being like, but
Or covering dogs in tinsel.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I have to, the kitsch Christmas is the only way to go. Like classy Christmas is boring, I think.
But that's why I do a nice little mixture, because I think this year as well I'm going to get a white tree, because that's like ultimate fucking, that's so
like
rowdy.
pearlescent white.
Yeah, rowdy as fuck. And then obviously coloured lights, because they are just so grim. And then with all, I mean, maybe we'll put a picture up on the pod. My tree is so laden with shit. It's fucking sick. So yeah, that's me. That's Christmas in the BE household.
So have you got any Christmas lyrics straight off the cuff?
No, but I would have gone full pun. Like every single thing, like gross pun. And I guess someone Kitty kind of did, but it didn't really make sense.
What, the knickers down?
Yeah, like pull my knickers down. I would have done like, I'm going to come in your stockings. I
want to see what's inside that big giant sack of yours.
Yeah, I would have been like, I only come once a year, but I'm going to fill your stockings. Do you know what I mean? Like real Christmas.
All
the
I
spirit
got was,
of Christmas.
Ding dong merrily on. Hi, it's Lukey.
But also, hi, because she's medicated.
Oh,
God,
Mum.
oh my God. I saw a video of...
Something LGBT just happened to me just now, but I can't even make this shit out.
I just saw a video of Laganja online. Someone had like posted a bit on Twitter. And she's like, let me show. It's like one of them sort of World of Wonder things where they go into their wardrobe. And she's like, let me show you the fashions. And she literally like pulls out like the most. It's like she's like shopping in fucking Graham Norton's wardrobe.
Oh, Lord.
Just like pulling out the most rowdy designs of like everything is just like peplums and exaggerated shoulders in just like disgusting patterns. She's like, here's my Versace inspired elephant pattern. So fashion question mark. But then we head into the choreo rehearsal.
Jay Revell.
That cute little leather look.
Loved
so
it.
fit.
What is
Jay,
that,
if
kind
you're
of like
listening.
a cloudy sky or a stormy sea.
Yeah, loved it. And was he the choreographer last time?
He's
We've
been
definitely had
some-
him before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought
What did you
he
think?
would be the ideal person to be the choreographer. I thought I really enjoyed the way that he let the girls just kind of like get freaky with your freestyle and like sort of neaten it up. And like when Crystal wasn't getting stuff, it wasn't like bad vibes. It's like, no, we'll do it again. Like other choreographers, like you'd feel panicked if you weren't getting it. But I feel like he was just real safe, nice.
Well, that is kind of their job and what they're supposed to
But
do.
I've never seen anyone else
Yeah,
do
I was
like
going to
that.
say, like, they're not really supposed to come in and add to the terror and the mania of the final episode by being like, you look quite fat when you do. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're just like, that's not, you know, what's the little one that we love? The French one.
That feisty
Yanis
one.
Marshall.
The one that we know who someone had dicked down with.
Did he do that? Oh, yeah. But in in the gay dance world, I mean, less of an interesting,
centipede situation.
less of an interesting story to be honest. Do you remember when he came in and he was just like so cunty to everyone and just like making everyone feel terrible? Like that's not really the job of a choreographer.
No, lovely to watch though for us at home.
Oh, 100%.
Poor Raja O'Hara.
I know. Do you know what? Again, winners talk. You may sense the theme here. Crystal chills herself out. It's such a good thing to do. She chills herself out by speaking the obvious, you need a good deal of confidence to do it. But the thing that's so good about
Can you
her...
explain what you mean?
Yeah, I would love to. She goes in and she's like, I'm quite slow at picking up choreography. She's like, I will get it and I'll be able to bang it out, but it's this part of it that I find really hard. Rather than people go in and be like, right, I don't want to not look like a winner, so I'm going to like hide at the back and get myself really stressed out. She just like tackles the problem, which for a 19-year-old is very smart. She goes in and she's like, look, I might struggle a bit, but let me tell you a little secret about dancing. Just because there are the haves and the have-nots. And in auditions, in class, anything, just because being able to dance and being able to pick up choreography quickly, two different skills. Just because you can pick it up quickly does not mean that the final product, as we will see, listeners, just does not mean that your final product is going to be the best. There are a lot of people that are just really fucking good at picking the shit up quick, but once you've all got it, you're all on the same level playing field. So, don't worry about the people who are slow to pick up, because once it's in, and then the judges will say, you're a really good dancer, aren't you? So, yeah, I love this little. I always love the little rehearsal moments. What would you have wanted? What NRG would you have wanted to be given in your rap for? Hey sis, it's Christmas.
Literally like Monet Exchange
On the phone.
Yeah.
Always.
Just, like walking in, probably ideally come in slightly like offbeat, like ahead of the beat, and just come in with some.
She's
like,
got flow,
aggy
listeners.
thing.
She's got flow.
Yeah, I would just want to be ridiculous and just because the dance moves are quite sort of cunty. It'd be I don't know, just cunty bitch.
That's what I see for you as well.
I don't know if I'd be able to pull it off though.
I was a bit worried that Crystal didn't have another rap in her. Do you know what I mean? After the roaring success of Thanks on Legs, I was a bit worried that she didn't have any gimmicky stuff and we might get a real exposing.
They got K to the V, honey.
K to the V, you know about me. Yeah. But we'll see. We'll talk about it in a second. Do you know what I did like? I did like when they went back in the workroom and we had that little reminder of Crystal's entrance look.
Yeah, the red.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, fuck, I completely forgot about that. Like,
You don't think of her as a bright red hair girl, would you?
no, and I forgot. I just thought, God, she looks fucking great with red hair, doesn't she? So gorgeous.
I thought Ella's impression of Veronica was so good.
Spot on. It was like the
Kitty was
spirit
doing
of
it,
green
like,
was in the
haha, and
room.
it's like, oh wait, no, that is actually the voice.
Yeah, so fucking good. But did it seem like they didn't really like her? I didn't feel like they were like joking about her. It didn't. I don't know. It seemed strange. It seemed like she was like the annoying one of the cast.
Well, it's weird because like they'll sort of in confessionals and in sort of in group hugs be like, oh, I love all you girls, but like I'm not really seeing much love. It's just like within the group compared to other seasons. Like whenever there's a chance for the like MT girls to be kind of like, oh, this is our thing, we're gonna be good, they're gonna be shit. It's like you're not showing. That's not how you.
That's not how you
love
talk.
me.
You don't love me.
So I feel like they're just like.
Look at us giving all the drag race. Never us.
I feel like they're just saying that they love each other because that's what they've seen in other seasons, but I don't really think they are like that at all.
But it's more of like a family
Look
love.
at me calling them out as haters.
Yeah, Queen hater.
I really hate it, Cassie.
I think it's more of like a family love.
Like, I have to love you because we've been
Well,
through
just
this
like
thing. But I don't
we've been
like
through this
you.
thing. Like we're sisters. Just because, I mean, as an only child, maybe you don't understand this, but like with siblings, it's like you love each other because you're family, but it's like you still argue, you still fight. It just that you're trauma bonded, but that's what it feels. It feels much more like that this season. That they're like, oh yeah, we're a family, we're sisters, but like we're not necessarily like great friends. But I did think that the final three do feel very bonded. They seem like
I feel like Kitty and Ella are bonded. I feel like they just have always thought they're better than Crystal.
Wow.
Yeah.
You be calling shit out on this pod.
I feel like I've been saying it the whole time though, just like them getting very smug in
I
like,
don't
the
think Kitty
acting
has
challenges.
an ounce of that in her. I don't feel
Literally,
like
when them two were cackling together, like, oh god, everyone else is going to be well shit in this bra wars. Like, oh god, they haven't done any. Like, they were literally just like, yeah, not cute, honeys.
But to play devil's advocate, to play the straight man for 1 second, Crystal would be exactly the same about the runways. She's like, I am the look and feel of real, and none of you can touch me in the runways.
I don't think
so it's just
she'd
like you're
be,
talking
like,
about
sort of like, I don't know. I don't think it would come off in that same kind of way.
because you love Crystal.
But I don't even love her that much. Like
Wow,
I like
really
her.
all coming out
she's
this.
a good winner.
Yeah. Oh, thanks. Plot twist. Spoiler.
Fuck.
Crystal Versace is the winner. Should we take a little break? Because I'd love another cup of tea, Luke's.
Please welcome back to the stage, Anya, Little Dog 2.
And you know her, you love her. It's Miss Sarah Bell Palsy.
Great timing there.
Yeah.
That's showbiz, baby.
RuPaul looked breathtaking. I said it.
Yeah,
There's
love that queen.
really no in between for me. It's either like she is the most beautiful woman that has ever walked this planet, or I'm like, get her off my screen. What is she wearing?
Something about her hair looked like it was made out of pure gold with its like own inner light source. It wasn't like a shiny wig. It was like luminescent flaxen woven
She's
gold from Rumpelstiltskin's thing.
That you really painted a picture there.
Thank you.
A visual masterpiece. Yeah, there is something going on. The jiggery pokery of what they've got going on with the lighting in that studio. Because even when they were doing the interviews as well, I was like, we have essentially two old age pensioners sitting up on this stage, and it's like they are so like they just, like you said, it's like a glow from within. And that wig I said, I wrote breathtaking, Linky. Absolutely incredible. And Michelle in that crimp. Need I say again, a timeless beauty?
She reminded me, like the like silver bits reminded me of like Cynthia Doll from Rugrats.
Yeah. And you must respect Graham's commitment to being the worst dressed gay man in the UK.
Alan's was actually quite dreamy.
Dreamy?
Well, it was kind of like pinks and blues and stuff, wasn't it? Very sort of
Trans flag.
meets what's that? Like the
Rococo.
Renaissance.
Yeah. He has very, very strongly week on week just been so badly dressed that it's like, is he mocking us at this point?
Is it trolling?
Yeah, like, is he... he's probably styled by Bobby Norris. That would make a lot of sense. Can I let you in? No, actually, I don't want to say that on the pod. Nasty. It was gossiping. I'll tell you later.
Hang on. There's one thing us girls and gays don't like to do. It's gossip, and we won't do it. We won't be forced to.
100%. It's not like people literally go into our inbox to gossip about. If you've got any gossip,
please tell us.
Any gossip,
we definitely won't tell it.
don't know. I think it's because we run a pod. I don't know why people love to share the goss.
Sidebar, I've always wanted to be an agony aunt, so
I was really worried you were going to be like...
send in some problems for me to agonise over?
Yeah. We've got enough problems in the studio, but we need yours too.
Ours are boring.
Yeah. Like, just liver spots,
I want
melanoma.
to know, like, what do I do? Me dad's dating me uncle and it's all very suspicious.
That would be his brother. Hot.
Or it could be by marriage. I haven't read the long letter.
Yeah. Just the subject. Yeah, I would absolutely love that. I'd love to hear you, agony aunt. I'd love to just be sat here and watch you dissect other people's problems.
She's a problem solver.
She is. That's true. Let's head into the performance of Hey Sis, It's Christmas.
What a bop.
First of all, I'm so glad that they had... First of all, I'm glad it's a Christmas song. It's something different.
Do you think this was meant to be the season 2 one? Because
maybe, yeah.
Because I don't think they can't just do a Christmas song every year.
Yeah, what was the tea with that? Like, I remember Horace said something, didn't she?
Because there was the break. Yeah, so it was meant to be a Christmas ending, but then it wasn't near the end of the year
anymore.
Do you
remember Ahora's gorgeous look that she was like, you know, them sort of Moschino, you know, on the runway when they did Moschino, when they were like in wrapping paper, they were in like bouquets of flowers. She did some sort of like Moschino-esque like corset that was like
how I feel about the cellophane from what's it called, Charlie Chocolate Factory eggs.
Yeah,
I want to wrap myself up in that.
Yeah, I'd like to wrap you up in
die.
It. Yeah, I was going to say no breathing holes. And do you remember also she had that, I believe it was Chanel Murray, just that gorgeous like wig that was like very, who's that golden age Hollywood, is it Betty Grable that often has like the loads and loads and loads of curls at the front?
Yeah
like a Betty Grable. Gorge. But secondly, I'm just so glad that they had a properly mastered song. Do you remember the shit show that was last year? That it was like in the finale
the moon,
and they're like verses and stuff like,
taste was so muffled I had to have subtitles on.
So I'm really fucking glad that they've pulled the finger out and used a bit of that Beeb money and given them a properly mastered song, because now we've got a Christmas pop. Put it on loop on the studio for the rest of the year. I'm going to say it, Crystal with a K, killing the choreo, killing with a K,
and choreo with a K.
She's absolutely wiping the floor with these hoes. I thought she was so standout. I don't want
to drag anyone in particular, but like there was one queen particularly peculiar who like was doing the moves, but there was no stank on it. Crystal was just like giving, like just doing the moves, like that's just her dancing, like rather than just robotically just following the dance steps.
Well, this is what I was saying earlier. It's like, sure, she may have taken a long time to get it, which, I mean, did she even? Like, did she take a long time to get it, or were the other two quick? Like, who even fucking knows?
But literally, they barely showed us anything. They showed us each other the first time you see the moves.
But when she got it, then she was obviously in her hotel room, like you said, putting the stank on it. And it felt stylistic. What does that even mean? It felt stylized. It felt like she'd taken the moves and made them a bit cool, rather than the sort of the Nana version. Kitty Scott claws, too fluffy on the titties.
You needed a choker, honey. That neckline of the breastplate was so distracting. It made it look like you just had a weird turkey neck.
Because I was really...
like I'm talking to her personally. I'm sorry, honey.
I was really rooting for Kitty Scott Claus so much. And I thought, do you know what? Actually, out of all of them, she's probably going to murder this challenge. Because there's something so infectious about her on stage. She's so much fun. And I was like, for a campy song like this is Kitty's in the bag.
Labrador or Golden Retriever or whatever she was called, literally the nail on the head.
And just like silly, and you sort of heard it a bit with her lyrics. I was like, silly, but I found the outfit very distracting.
Yeah, it was really rough.
Yeah, I mean, they all were, to be fair.
But at least
Crystal's thin. That was all she was given.
But at least that's just like a simple red swimsuit with one bit of trim. It wasn't like too busy. I think that's where the other one, but I think that's what saved it. The other ones were just too fussy. Whereas that was
Yeah.
just like a sexy swimsuit and then just trim. Okay, it's Christmas.
Hey, sis.
It's Christmas.
Yeah, so, and the only thing I would say about Kitty is that I don't really feel like hers said anything. I mean,
we haven't heard before.
Yeah, and I just thought, like, I wish she'd just gone, like, completely stupid and silly. You know, I quite like it in these things where if they do it a bit shticky. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, they're talking
Hi, kick to a fart.
they're talking to, like, Saint Nick or whatever, or they're talking to the Krampus. I don't know. Give it a direction rather than just like, I'm coming on the stage and I'm slaying these hoes. Like, just, okay, cool.
Loved it when the gals all came forward.
Yeah, loved the other girls being involved.
I
I
love
thought
to
that
just
was real
see them
fun.
doing that, like Victoria's little face in the middle doing the choreo. Hey sis.
But murdered. She murdered the choreo. Did you like the little duck walks? Because I didn't.
I didn't notice.
Here's a challenge. Let's stop appropriating ballroom culture by doing badly sanitized ballroom moves. A thought. Just let that ruminate. It's just.
Oh, they kind of like went down a squat and then did like a couple
And then
of
did like duck
duckies.
walks. Yeah, it was just like, no, I'm not here. No. I just wrote, this is a very embarrassing sentence, but Crystal just has so much style and panache. She just has it.
I wrote, Crystal is just a star.
Yeah. And especially she let him have it in that extended dance break, which is, why are they giving them Janet Jackson style dance breaks? It was like 45 seconds long.
I know, very
I was like,
reminiscent
yes,
of the dirty pop
bitch. Yeah.
beatboxing bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I really like that bit.
I wish all of the girls had done the dance break. I wish they'd come into sort of like a
Yeah.
Britney formation.
J-Lo
Crystal at the
style.
front. Yeah. And just gone the fuck off. Because also, like, is there any other, obviously Vanity, sick dancer, but like, can any of the others dance? That's why I wanted to see the
Well,
dance
Electra
break.
should have been able to
Oh
do
yeah,
it.
of course, Electra. Of course.
Who else?
I really,
Monica should be able to do it.
Ronnie Green.
She's got the choreo in her.
Oh, what? 'Cause she was up on that pole, wasn't she? Rat bad
She's a
fever.
Western Wendy.
Let's not throw that around. But let's go into the runway theme, which is final three. Please note what I'm saying. Eleganza, extravaganza. First up, we have Ella Day serving Purple Rain.
First of all, don't bring Prince Rogers Nelson into this. Look. I unfortunately didn't like any element of it.
Okay, but say one nice thing about Ella Day before you do that.
One nice thing about her is that she's done really well to make it to the top three, winning all them badges.
Yeah.
I can't say anything nice about this hair. I'm sorry, I don't like it. I don't understand what it is.
Not even the shoe choice.
I didn't even see the shoes until Graham pointed it out the second time I watched it. But I just thought
It was like a 4-pronged attack, wasn't it? He was like, okay, let's talk about the dress. Okay, let's talk about the wig. Let's talk about the jewellery. And then it was like, and them shoes. It was like, oh, God's sake, the shoes as well.
But yeah, like that weird yellow jewellery, the cheap purple, like it really, maybe it wasn't, but it looked like that real cheap, just like the material that has the kind of like the swirly lines of sequins on them,
Yeah.
and just felt like the structure of the thing wasn't nice. And then I had just come in from steps, so maybe I was a bit worse for wear, but I was just like squinting at the laptop being like, is she wearing any makeup whatsoever?
She does have a really pared back makeup style, doesn't she?
But never as down as little as that.
Yeah,
I thought like she needed like at least like a bit of
Put a lash on,
eyeliner,
girl.
a black, just
Yeah.
something to like give your eye some like solidity.
Yeah. Because also she doesn't go that big on the hair, really, as well. So some proportionising to the face, I think was. I hate to say it. I want to uplift the girls, especially in the finale. But when she came out, I just thought, that dress has lost you the crown, honey. That's not... You're not presenting to the judges what...
Think how polished the Vivian and Lawrence were when they came out for that final thing. You might not have liked it, but like you couldn't fault them for any part, like head to toe of their outfits.
Yeah, you just want to present yourself, I think, as like... I just think you come out and you're like, it all makes sense now. This is a finished, polished product. But what I will say is I did see on the Twitters, I think, Ella Day say that she received that dress the night before she went, and she was like, I was really unhappy with how I looked on stage. I didn't feel... she also said that she didn't know that the dress didn't hit the floor, which to me, I don't want to nitpick, but I feel like you need to be able to you need to be able to make things work, and that's very representative of
Rig
people.
the gig.
It's very representative of people that don't make their own shit, because it's like, realistically, you should be able to unpick the hem on the bottom and lower the dress line. Unless it's a raw edge, and then we've got much bigger problems then. But do you know what I mean? Or take a bit of material from the back and lower that if you think it's going to be a problem. Like,
that makes me feel sad for her, because I feel like it's one thing if like we just have different ideas of what's nice and we disagree, but if you yourself aren't happy with your finale look and you've still got to try and sell it, that's not the fantasy.
There's something strange about these finale looks. It always almost looks a bit like they run out of clothes. Do you know what I mean? And it's sad because it's such a pivotal moment for them, this final presentation.
Well, I think Kitty's looked like a finale gown, but Crystal's didn't.
No, definitely not.
So how many truffles for Oliver?
Can I just quickly say,
Okay.
the wig was so far down on her head.
Do we know who it's from?
Yeah, but let's not say that.
No,
But, the wig was so, like, she'd like glued it. She'd basically lost all her forehead. She'd like glued it too far down. And I wonder, because of the structure, she wanted to glue it forward so that the balance of it was forward. But if you look at a photo of it, it's like she's got no forehead. She's glued it really far down. Very
Maybe
strange.
she just wanted more like square laceage to be able to glue onto her head if it was heavy or something.
Yeah, maybe. I gave it 5.
I gave it 6 because I felt like it's rude to give lower than 6 on the finale runway.
I'll give it 6 then. I don't want to be rude. Next up, we have Kitty's Got Claws giving Glinda the good bitch.
I thought this is very Cinderella-esque.
Did it scream Kitty's Got Claws to you? This is not how I picture her, to be honest.
If it was pink, would it have been more Kitty?
It didn't feel directional enough for me. Either go full ball gown, give me Glinda, and it's like super campy, super glittery, or a bit more it was somewhere in the middle of like glam and camp, and I just thought like I would have liked it to go either way. Glamp, yeah. And I would have liked it to go either way, rather. Like I would have, I don't know, it just didn't, this didn't really, thought she looked gorgeous, face looked gorgeous, and as a cohesive look, yes, but it didn't scream Kitty to me. I think it was the sort of wishy-washy colour of it.
I thought the colour was quite interesting because there's not many people will be out here wearing sort of like light grey things on the runway, so I thought that was sort of interesting is the word. But yeah, I thought she looked very pretty, definitely like stood out amongst the other two as like a sparkling, like pretty angel Cinderella lady.
Little Thumbelina gal.
But yeah, I wasn't whooping and a hollering.
No.
So I gave it 8.5 truffles.
Wow.
Compared to the others.
7. I gave it 7. Next up, we have Miss Crystal Versace. And I just thought this was simple. I mean, this is what I literally say about her every single week. Simple and elegant. That's what she likes. She likes a very, very exaggerated clean silhouette. But then the actual gown is very clean cut and simple. But did you notice that the judges didn't break a smile the entire time that she was on stage? It was very off-putting. Like, she was literally just like giving them presentation and they were all just sort of like stony faced.
Nooch.
Yeah. But no ground was broken. And I didn't again feel like it kind of annoys me when we get to this final thing, and I just feel like they have had to serve so many looks and they are just essentially like running out of clothes.
But surely they've got a look for every runway. They wouldn't.
Yeah.
If I had a finale outfit, I wouldn't be fucking wearing that before. Well,
maybe it's access to money then. Maybe it's literally just like you know that a runway. Basically, when you get to the finale, you can't be sent home for what you're wearing. So it's like your runways are much more important because you could go home for what you're wearing. So maybe when it gets to the finale, it's like I just need a nice gown.
But I kind of believed her when she was like, "This is like classic Crystal, just kind of like rich bitch." I unfortunately was a little underwhelmed, I have to say. I wanted to see one last kind of extravaganza from her.
Yeah. I would have loved to see something that felt a bit more Crystal, that went in a direction of something. They didn't really. I feel like anyone could have worn what she wore.
But the body was insania, and yeah, I gave it 7 truffles.
So let's talk zinger and minger of the week. I mean, it's slim pickings, isn't it?
My zinger's got to be Kitty's updo, and my minger's got to be Ella's updo.
My zinger was RuPaul. I just absolutely couldn't get over it. Like, it's like look at this hair. So gorgeous. Need to know what's going on. Also, need to know where they got that wig from. Gorgeous. Human? Do we think human? Do you think RuPaul only wears human hair? It would make more sense.
But then what are they going to do with all these piles of human hair? It seems a bit crazy.
I mean, it would be the same with synthetic. What happens to RuPaul's wigs?
No, at least there's less lovely women getting scalped.
True, but I imagine maybe for RuPaul, because she basically always wears the same length. If you've got a nice blonde human, if you've got a nice auburn, a nice dark, like if she just got like 6 or 7 human hair wigs, they can just be restyled constantly back and forth with. They probably wouldn't do that with synthetic, would they?
Yeah, little known fact: if you do have a gorgeous human hair unit, you can wash it. We would recommend that you do a lovely, deep, intensive conditioning treatment on it as well. Like,
it's crazy, isn't
only
it?
as good as you keep it.
It's crazy. It's an agreement within the drag industry that with synthetic wigs is like, well, look, once it's fucked, it's fucked. I'll just throw it in the back of my closet. And it's like, people don't really love to restyle, or once it's dead to them, it really just goes.
Of course, you can
to the
restyle synthetic wigs, so please send them to us if you need that doing.
But also, please don't. We're too busy.
If you're going to clean your lace.
Yeah. Yeah, also another thing, you also can clean your own lace. You know that glue that you have put into, that you have rubbed into the actual synthetic hair follicles of your wig. You can get that out. We once had someone, oh my God, look at me hotting them up on the pod. They know who they are. We once were given a wig to restyle, and there was so much glue in the roots of all of the hair. It was just like, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to go further with this appointment. But it is a known fact that you can wash real hair, and that often if you're wearing human hair on your head, maybe you should treat it like you would treat your own hair. Thoughts? But yeah, I guess let's head into critiques. Did you feel like the judges were working overtime to say nice things, and maybe we should take a leaf out of their book? Maybe.
I don't think we've got access to the same meds that they are on.
That is true, but we could get drunk before we
I can say a nice thing about everyone.
Good.
Ella Vidae, she really, whether you like her style or not, she does.
She giveth and she taketh away.
You can't deny that she is talented in different ways.
A myriad of styles and manners.
A Jill of all trades, a good all-rounder, probably great team player. That's what I say about Ella.
Okay.
Kitty's
a fucking star.
I'm talking.
Yeah.
Kitty, I would say she is just like Miss Charisma. Like, you could just sort of wind her up and let her go, and you know that everything would be safe in her hands.
She's just such a fucking good host. Like, I really like watching her shows. Like,
speaking of good hosts, last night Barbs.co.uk hosting the Lady Gravy had me in tears, because the stage had like a foam layer on it, and she was wearing these like giant stripper heels, and just like on purpose just doing like wobbly ankle, like threatening to fall over all the time, and it had me in fucking tears. The
more espresso martinis that she had, the bit that was killing me is they had like a blow up pool full of the like mud for the mud wrestling, and the more espresso martinis she forgot that you can't sit on the edge of an inflatable pool, and she kept on going to sit on the edge of this inflatable pool that was just basically bending straight down to the floor, and just the mud was going so close to her nude dress every time. I was actually sitting at the side of the stage screaming, being like, someone get her off that stage. The best. So in these critiques, I really felt like they talk to Crystal as if they're in awe of her. It's such a strange power dynamic. Like, they're literally just like, wow, like, look at what you're doing. You're 19, you're here, you're beautiful. Like, the way that they talk to her is just so funny.
Maybe they were ramping up for her to not actually be the winner, so they wanted to like gas her up.
Well, Crystal absolutely cracking them all up the whole way through the panel, which was really nice to see, actually, because I was like, you don't think of her as a funny bitch, but Kitty didn't really make you laugh, Ella didn't really make you laugh, and they are cracking the fuck up.
I always love seeing the baby pictures so much.
Yeah, although Crystal's taken last week.
Yeah,
absolutely
no
different.
You can really see her properly. That's quite nice. I suppose we saw her little brother the other day, so we know exactly what she looked like.
It was so funny to see the meme that was like, I can't remember the posted. It was like Crystal in and out of drag.
Yeah.
His sister and his little brother.
His sister as well. Giant chest on her.
Gorgeous. We're gonna have to do an age check before you start making comments about her body. I feel like she's maybe under 16, so we'll bleep it out.
Oh, I'm not going to go back and bleep anything out. Do you think you would cry? And what would you say to your young self?
No, I would not cry. I mean, I say this, you don't know how overwhelming it is. You might feel so fucking accomplished and so overwhelmed by the time you get to the end. But I think I would just be like, looking at my younger self, I'd just be like, bitch, you did it. You're here. You're happy.
And we got to give advice to your younger self.
Your advice to your younger self. I mean, I don't know. I'm not prime meat for RuPaul, because I would be like, I had a really happy and supported and loving growing up. My family are really supportive. Do you know what I mean? It's like, that's not what they want to hear. So I would just be like, bitch, you're it. You're here. Like, I wouldn't have anything interesting, basically. I'd probably try and use it as a moment to be silly and say something funny, because
the advice I would give is
stop over plucking your eyebrows.
Never do that. I pluck them more, because then you just got that Y2K life later on in life.
Yeah. The bimini brow.
Don't fall for those bushy brows. It's a waste of time. I'd say, first of all, the first time you turned vegetarian, because I did it because I loved the singer from Cooler Shaker.
Makes sense.
But I put on loads of weight because I refused to eat any vegetables and only ate pasta. So I'd be like, eat some veggies, honey.
Yeah.
And also get that nose job like ASAP.
Yeah.
Don't be waiting till your 30s for nose jobs.
Get the
it
boob
at
job. Get the boob
16.
job at 16 as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the only thing I would tell my younger self is stop having sex with people because you are bored. Stop having sex with men just because you're like, ugh, fine, whatever. It really takes you until you get into your 30s to be like, oh no, I can just say, please get off me. Please don't touch me.
They don't like to listen though.
They don't, do they? Think how
Especially
many
not
times.
when you're young.
No, think how many times you've had sex on legs. Think how many.
We've got a real last day of term vibe, haven't we?
Yeah, let's crack open a couple of tinnies, honey. It's a Monday morning. Think how many people that you've had sex with just because you're like, ugh, it'll shut them up.
Literally, like
95%.
2/3,
Yeah, all boyfriends.
Well,
Literally
no,
just
at least I've liked all my boyfriends. At
I
least.
haven't. No, I've loved all of your boyfriends. Deeply, actually. Supposedly, very deeply.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shout out, Keeks. Sorry, have you got anything else to say?
Real end of term vibes. We're just losing it all, aren't we?
No, I'm drunk off me.
We're going to lose all our sponsorships.
Off me custard.
Yeah. I just thought Crystal again was really fucking killing it in this panel, and I thought, sounds like a winner to me. Then
winner, chicken dinner.
No, please don't remind me of that. Then we go
U
to
to the N to the
Untucked.
T to the U to the C K E D.
Anubis looked fucking stunning.
Vanity looked gorgeous.
So many of the girls that just that close up, I was like, oh, gone too soon. Oh, timeless beauty. Oh, just. I feel really sad for Anubis. Can we talk about it? I feel really sad for Anubis. Not just because they're a Truffle Pig Wigs customer and they didn't get to wear the Truffle Pig wig on the show. That's mainly why I feel sad. But I just feel sad that she is a really interesting queen. She has an interesting point of view. Also, the first winner of Miss Congeniality and the first non-binary bisexual icon Miss Congeniality. And I just thought that I think that they're really fucking interesting, and I just think we didn't see anything. And they also had they've got a really infectious personality, and I just quite often
COVID.
quite often when people go very early on in the season, I don't really feel like we missed out on that much. Quite often it's like the people that go first should go first. But I really felt
wow,
like,
tell that to Kelly Mantle and a bacon.
Wow, tell that to what's your mate called?
Oh, Gothy Kendall. Kendall.
Give us niente.
Give me a face.
What about Victoria? Miss Her Royal Highness Victoria Scone coming for Ella right off the bat. She didn't have a second to wait.
I am obsessed with Victoria's laugh. I can't do it. It's like kind of, it's kind of like a little sheep, like a kind of. How does she do it? I love it.
I am just obsessed with how she also looks absolutely phenomenal. There was like a close up, like a side view of her face. It was like, ladies, this is how we paint.
Yes, because it was like the big white lid and then just like a really touch of pink on the side. That's so
to touch the pink.
Elegant.
Yeah, she's just so fucking good. I'm so excited to see her come back for season 4 because she knows. I think the biggest barrier for anyone is how the show works, and she knows how it works now. She's been through it, and I think like you do really get tell this to Veronica Green, but I feel like you do get a real if you have a deep understanding of it, it's and also Victoria Scone is out here getting that cashola because she never stops working. She's like a workaholic. She's every tour, every show, she's somewhere. So
are we going to drop our Victoria one, or are we going to re-record a new interview?
I was going to say customers. That's not what I mean. Listeners, viewers, lovers, homies, lovers, friends. We did record a very in-depth, very overexposed, intimate interview with our good sis, Victoria Scone. But unfortunately, the sound was so bad in it that we just don't want to put you through that. Listen.
Where are
sounds? Put nothing.
Listen, it's crunchy, it's DIY, it's punk. You know the vibes. You know the vibes with us, but it was actually just like unlistenable. So yeah, but she's coming down to London in December and we're going to re-record it. We're going to do it face to face.
Shut up. Visage
à visage. So I might do a little, an extended one, hopefully.
Shall we talk about the returning Queen's lovely runways?
I would love you to run through the sort of vibe of what they were looking for.
First off, we have Anubis serving us Egyptian... I can't think of anything that rhymes with Egyptian magic.
What is that fantastic song that I love so much that's like...
Egyptian lover, freakaholic.
Oh, I mean, I love that song, but that wasn't did it out in Egypt, that disco song. Oh my god!
Oh, that was that.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that was the first song at Lauren's funeral the other day.
Oh my god!
Love you, Lauren.
Oh.
Shout out Lauren Archer.
Rest in peace, Angel.
Yeah, like Nights Over Egypt.
Nights Over Egypt.
Yeah,
yeah. Banger. Again, I don't want to blow too much hot smoke up that tiny arsehole. But there's just something I love
like
about...
a cat's anus.
Isn't it? There's just something I love about Anubis. Love it. And
I loved the wig. I wasn't sure about the skirt. It was a bit...
Don't wear it then.
I'm not going to.
I would have given that 8.
Oh,
Anubis.
I will give it a 7.
Okay.
Definitely, I thought it was fun. I like the beat.
I don't think 7 is. I thought it was... to me, that's 6. I feel like it was fun. I liked the beat. I feel is 7's quite high.
7 to me is like good.
Oh really? I feel like 6 is
like
good.
Like a C.
6 is good to me. Okay. Then next up we have
Electra Fence. I thought this is the best her face has looked since I've seen her.
There was a close up on her, and I thought with that snatcheroo high pony, I thought the face looks nice.
Yeah. I gave the outfit a 6, however.
Same.
Next up, we have Victoria Scone serving...
The inventor of shape. The inventor of the hourglass. The inventor of...
Hello, boys.
I gasped. I gasped. Like, the silhouette that she was giving was so gorgeous. Also, I found out the other day, she told me she was like... Miss Curve 2016 or something. She's like...
What does that mean?
She's like a patch girl.
What, like a lovely
so you know they have
curve?
Like, like Miss UK
pageant.
Or whatever. Yeah, Miss UK. They have like a curve one, and she was the winner of it.
Well, we're gonna have to do some googling, and we'll put a picture of her up on the pod.
Oh yeah, I'll get send us a photo. She also, you heard it here first. I said this to her, and I said this to you, and I'll say it to them. What we desperately need in the UK is a patch. And it needs to be an alternative patch, because there's parts of pageants that are so... Obviously, the talent bit is legendary. But, like, there's parts of the patch that are so fucking good. And I just love patch culture. Need I remind you of Lukey literally having heart palps about the different types of hair that's used in a pony? Like, it is so sick, pageant culture. And imagine if we had a sick one in the UK. And I said to Victoria Scone, imagine if you started a pageant. That and with her pageant background.
I've always thought I'd love to judge something. I just want to judge
just
people,
me. Yeah.
want to
tear
sort their problems out. Am I God?
Yeah, I guess so.
I've been in a page for Miss Coney Island,
a
burlesque page.
Were you
and
drunk?
It was so weird. Yeah, it was like in this like bar, that there was run by kind of like proper like
Mafioso.
Italian mobsters, and
Yeah.
like backstage there were these like stacks of money, and I remember being like, oh, can I take a picture of the money? And the man was just like, no, like delete those pictures from your phone. And literally like the whole room went silent, like not one of me girlies had me back. I was like, oh, okay then. But it took so long, and it was basically like a pin-up girl competition, so you were meant to be doing like static poses every now and then in different categories.
But
and I got
someone
so
had too
drunk.
many VKs, didn't
Yeah,
they?
it took so long. I was getting drunk and I was just literally just like dancing around. I didn't play.
Suffice to say.
My two friends that I came with got second and third, and I was just drunk, trying
Yeah.
not to get concrete attached to my feet.
But, yeah, well, true. But sometimes it's very humbling, isn't it? To remind her that we're all just a couple of VKs away from not placing in Miss Coney Island. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
The liquor will do that to you. Liquor in the front, poker in the back.
So how many truffles did
9.
you give? Yes.
9. The only reason why it wasn't a 10 is because
The small hair.
love you, Victoria's gone, but proportionising. You can't have that incredible physique, hourglass body, and then such close
Well,
hair.
she knows that. That's why she comes to us now for the big things.
Yeah.
I gave it a 7. I would have liked to see bigger hair.
Okay. Next up we have... She is setting the internet alight. People do not know what to do with this bitch. It's Veronica Green. Veronica.
10 out of 10, motherfucker. I absolutely love this, like, barely legal, like, nude fantasy.
She's like 40. What do you mean, barely legal?
She looks like just a young slip of a girl with this, like, gorgeous updo, just like, ugh, I ate it the fuck up.
I gave it 2 and then changed it to 10. When she first came out, I was like, what the fuck is this unfinished piece of trash? Has she literally got a piece of, like, nude chiffon,
So she actually got mice to do it, like
I was
in Cinderella.
and just draped it across one nipple, and then I saw it in motion, and I thought the liquid element of it, it's like, oh, absolutely loved it. And I thought, what a fucking bold move for Veronica.
I couldn't believe it, because in the untucked you can see it a little bit. I was like, oh my fucking God, what is she wearing? And then when I saw the whole thing, I was like, oh, Veronica, after having the vapors, I need some, what's it called?
Sniffing salts, I mean.
Well,
Do
something
you?
like that.
It was, I'll say it was the Carrie Naked dress.
Yes.
Listen to us. Listen. That's growth, honey. Listen to us gassing up. I gave her a 10.
I gave her a 10.
She got doubled. Oh, I loved it. Veronica, congrats.
It's been a long time coming and you deserve it.
Yeah, you deserve it, girl. Then next up we have Charity, who is serving Sackman
face?
Fever Dream. Yeah.
Sack face with art, with wings.
Yeah. Whatever it was, I fucking loved it. I love her. I am so cheated from not getting to see her runways every week, because she's a visionary and she's an artist. And
Was she... she doesn't really show up much on my newsfeed, because obviously Instagram and its algorithms are out to get us personally. Has she been posting every week her looks, or
I think
just
so.
every now and then?
I think so. But she also, she's someone that I have to go and find always. She never really pops up for me as well.
Yeah, I gave it 8. I just thought it was great.
Can we also talk about every time Teresa talks, the telenovela music that they play underneath her?
I've not noticed.
What is going on? It's mental.
Yeah, the sound department this season has been
They're having a mad one, aren't
sensational,
they? Absolute mad one. Next up, we have... Oh, so what would you have given Cherry?
8.
An 8. I gave her a 9. Next up, we have Teresa. Talk them through this look, Lukes.
Just your classic, gorgeous,
Run-of-the-mill.
Spanish senorita. Lovely, I guess not really a fishtail, but a fishtail vibe with the big, heavy, kind of like petal-esque things at the bottom.
Yeah.
I just thought, yeah, classic Teresa. Nothing new, but gorge. I gave her a 7.
Yeah. One thing I really liked about this is the sort of... the sort of take that she did on the updo, because it was like the weird sort of like... I don't know how to describe it. It was like almost like a circular. It didn't feel like a sort of tired updo. It was like... It was an interesting shape. And I imagine... Florencia, no? Florencia normally does all her hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wigs and Grace and Florencia. But she was horny and thorny, the Spanish Supreme. That was the look.
Oh.
And I fucking love her. Absolutely love her. I'd love them to bring back Teresa for All Stars. But yeah, absolutely fantastic. And then next up we have, I gave her 7. Next up we have River Medway, the return of the Angel of Our Hearts.
Looking very cute and pretty. Not a wow moment, but I'm so glad that she's wearing a nicer wig than she was wearing in the Christmas song, because for a wig stylist, Dexter Turner Wigs.
Dexter Cliff.
Who's Dexter Turner? Oh, that's my boyfriend's friend. You're wigging, Dex.
Yeah.
Like that was unforgivable. Maybe I'll put a picture of that up on the pod.
Oh, I wish you wouldn't. This is a zero Dexter slander pod.
But 7, I gave it. I like the beat.
7. Also, I just think that she is not. Listen, some queens don't want to slay house down mama boots work. Yes, God. Like some queens, that's not what they're bringing. And she's a performer. She's a singer. She's an actress.
She's an angel.
Yeah, and she I think she's very consecutively. Obviously, we'll look over the fruit bowl, but very consecutively just been like, she's very polished in a very simple way that she likes. And she's always given you like a vintage silhouette. There's also like, there's a lot of like retro like references to what she does.
But also quite modern as well.
Yeah. And I think that just like, first of all, you can fight me in the fucking parking lot if you have one single thing to say about her beauty. Like the face, absolutely gorgeous. And not in like a nose Sade to KV, but KV is very painted and stamped. Like there's a real like manipulation of her entire face. She paints an entirely new face onto her little boy face.
River's just gorgeous, isn't she?
River is, she's literally just putting on a slick of lip balm and a couple of individuals, and she is a gorgeous woman. Like, so, sorry, I'm just me going off such a tangent spin. I just love River Medway. But yeah, I thought this was just simple and fun. And I gave her a 7.
Fantastic. Next up, Scarlet Harlot. Giving us also Cinderella vibes in blue and white.
Meh.
Yeah, it was fine. It looked like well made and someone had put effort into it, and it was all put together. I just didn't really get any excitement.
Here's my thing. When I'm in drag, the last thing I want to look like is pretty. It's just like never a concern of mine, and it's never a goal. I never been like, oh, I look really pretty, and I just don't ever really connect with looks where they're like, oh, I look pretty. Do you know what I mean? Just like it's a nice updo. It's a nice satin dress.
It's like if it was meant to be period, I didn't know what period it was meant to be from.
Yeah. So it's just like really, I feel like that was a bit with kitties that just like, it's not, I'm sure that I really hope that they feel gorgeous and they feel like, oh, I'm getting my red carpet moment.
I'm sure they do.
But it just doesn't, I need a bit of cunt, you know? So I gave that a 5.
I gave it a 7 as well. I like the beat.
And then the last one we have up is Miss Vanity Milan.
Oh my God. How nice to see just one more gorgeous vanity face before the end. And that like lighter bit at the front of the wig it really worked for her, I thought.
I would like to see the Vanity Milan Cosmo Queens. I'd like her to do it. This stylistically not really for me, but I just liked it. I like the whole thing together. I just thought she looked gorgeous.
Yeah, I actually don't really care about what she wore. I just really loved her face. I gave her an 8.
Kind of the point of view. I gave her a 7. And then we head into this lip sync.
Oh, not before the Huns each get a QBE, a Queen of British Eleganza award.
Oh yeah, that's very cute. Do you think you would qualify for that?
No.
No.
What's it meant to be? An MBE?
An OBE, an Order of the British Empire, which...
What's an MBE?
Minister of the British Empire. It's like the lower down one, isn't it? MBE, OBE. But would you give yours back? If they said we'd like to...
the Queen or the Drag Race one?
Well, I think you're probably in the running for both, honey. I mean, probably not give. I probably wouldn't give RuPaul's back. I mean, it doesn't actually mean anything
from the Queen.
Yeah, no, me neither. It blows my mind that people still do. An Order of the British Empire. It's like, no, thank you. Please don't tie me to this godforsaken country.
No. Why don't give people their land back?
Yeah. Be like,
badges.
Rather than give me a medal, can we stop the widespread felt of colonialism across the world? yeah. But then let's head into the lip sync. How weird that we literally posted a video with "You Don't Own Me."
It's a real like undercover song, because you like, if you don't listen to it properly, it's like, oh, it's just a slow song. But like when she gets fucking into it, like, don't tell me what to do. Like, it's like in the 60s or whenever that was from, late 60s maybe.
I imagine
like
ground was broken with it.
Yeah, like this woman telling like, fucking don't tell me what to do. It's absolutely sick, actually.
And I love as well, it was a really good finale one because you get stoic powerhouse at the beginning, like, you don't know, like you can really give a bit of a park and bark at the beginning, but then it transitions in the chorus to like it's got a completely different feel.
I 100% would be dead legs, using my hands to just crawl all the way forward like a manic
chilling.
You know, like when like a shark's bitten your legs off and they're trying to escape. Very that.
Yeah. Okay. I loved Kitty's tearaway straight away. I was like, okay. But
she likes a straight away tearaway.
Doesn't she? A little peekaboo puss moment. Yeah. Crystal, I really felt like she had the perfect energy. I felt like she felt every single word that was being said.
I've just written Crystal defo giving it the most oomph, I feel. That's my one comment on the whole lip sync.
I felt like Ella was stuck in the Monet Exchange School of Performance where she was like, let me give them a natural, it felt very MT that she was like, let me give them a natural, like I'm acting through song for each of these words. I've done my
and then when everyone else around you is overacting, then it makes it seem like you're not doing anything.
Yeah, it just felt so pared down, and I could see when it cut to her, I could really see what she was doing, and I was like, honey, not this. It was again like going like with Monet going up against Naomi, that it was like the song just it's drag. Like they don't want to see someone having like an inner monologue of torment and
no, you want Mayhem Miller like tearing your costume off.
Don't tell me what to say.
Yeah.
I love as well when the girls sort of like use the words to reference the other girls on stage.
Yeah.
Very nice. I just felt the stakes with the other two performances were so high that Ella just got completely lost in the sauce. I basically didn't look at her the whole time because I felt like Kitty's was a bit too bouncy. That's why I just thought straight away I was like, Crystal is absolutely fucking murdering this, isn't she? And then we have, I guess, our winner reveal.
Woo!
Which is winner of season 3, Ms. Crystal Versace.
You guys, girls, theys, Hayes and
Bays.
may remember that I ruined the winner of All Stars for my friend Maggie by mistakenly sending her a screenshot of a message I had sent to Kylie Sonique Love congratulating her. And I thought I was just being like, oh my God, love you so much. I didn't realise I had been like, what a winner. So I ruined that for her. So the plan was she was going to ruin this for me. So I'm at steps. Sophia Spexer's just come off. By the way, I've done a full 180 on her. I used to hate her. Now I think she's fantastic.
Why did you hate her? Just because she's beautiful?
Big, round moon face, too posh.
Listen to the sort of vitriol that comes out of this person.
I'm a Gemini, Barney.
You hated her
I'm
because she
telling
had
a story.
a round moon face.
Yeah.
And she was posh.
Yeah.
Bear in mind that Lukey spent all of her summers riding ponies. Continue.
Yes, I've had my mum's pony was my first pony. It's called a hand-me-down, Barney.
I hope all of our readers have had hand-me-down ponies. Continue about her being too posh.
Yes, but then Maggie messaged me a screenshot she had sent to Ella Day. So I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, like Ella's on. And it wasn't for a good like 5 hours that I found out that actually Crystal had won. So she had done a number of it.
She really
and
did
she
a number
really
on
confused Ella Day as well, who's got this message being like,
no, it was fake. She didn't actually send it. No, imagine.
She should have.
To win at 19 is absolutely obscene.
How old were Aquaria?
I think Aquaria was 21.
And
no, that's a lie. I think Violet was around 21, but I think Aquaria went in at 19.
And won at 20.
Yeah, maybe. But it's just obscene. I'm so happy for her because I feel like she's a product of Drag Race. She's grown up obsessed with drag. It's her life, and I just think like you could. I feel like with the others, London would have been behind them. And I mean, obviously, there's been a lot of conjecture on the internet about who should have won. Very stressed.
What are they saying?
May I suggest, if you don't like the winner of Drag Race, that you just get over it? That you can do that. You cannot spend your time chatting shit and being a knob. Like,
So
there
what's
was just
Kitty fans going mad?
no Ella fans.
Ella fans.
When I went on Crystal's photo announcing herself as the winner, it was just like so much shit. And let me tell
that
you,
red dress and that black hair and that coronation.
oh
look.
my
Honey.
god! And that I love. Them Benjamin Paul updos when they just have that one little kiss curl. Behave. And it's nice. What I like with her as well, it's nice to see. Obviously, she's a human hair bundle queen, but she actually does do a lot of wig silhouettes, and I like that she's not just always like 40-inch middle parting. Do you know what I mean? I just wish that I know that like RuPaul did some bullshit like addressing of it being like, ooh, please be kind, but like I wish there was a way that we could really address this, that it's just like I guess maybe what will happen is the more seasons we have, the winners, it means less, so that then maybe people will just stop being such cunts. But it's like, Crystal is fucking sick, and she's such a deserved winner. If any of them had won, they would have deserved it. And
If many of them won, everyone else would have got hate as
yeah,
well.
and they'll all go on to be fantastic and do things that they want to do and have shows. And like, there's already, I saw the other day, there's already a I can't remember what their group was called, but the BDEs, the ones that won, they've got a full fucking tour as a band.
Oh, go on, River and Teresa.
Yeah, as a band. So that's very cute. But I quite often on Drag Race, the winner pick and mix. Yeah, true. Quite often on Drag Race, the winner I don't agree with. They're not, and quite often it's not who I wanted to win. But we still move. We still just get up and just.
We're like, the world
does keep on
shook
turning.
when Bimini didn't win last time.
Oh my god! Need I remind you that we were in the studio
48 hours later, I was able to move on with my life.
Yeah, after you'd fully messaged all of the cast, hate and vitriol. No, it's just I just hope we can get to a point where people are just like, oh, it's not my favourite, but congratulations. It's just bullshit. And then also there was so much.
I wonder if do football fans do things like that.
They
Or
murder
like
each
sports
other.
fans. But like, if say like, I don't know, is there like a Federer? Is that a tennis player?
Roger Federer. Yeah.
If you like a different tennis player and he wins, so they go and be like, fuck you on Instagram.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, anyone in the public eye is going to have to deal with the people that refuse to go to therapy and live their trauma out in DMs. But there was also loads of fucking beef about Anubis winning Miss Congeniality because she was only on one episode. People being like, how can she win Miss Congeniality? And a reminder that that is voted for by the queens and whoever they feel is the most congenial. And she was like, she posted this thing that's basically like, I made a commitment to be kind and to be caring and to listen and to help all of my sisters. And I think that's why they voted me for Miss Congeniality. So it doesn't really matter who the audience feel should win.
What do you get as winner of Miss Congeniality UK?
Oh, I don't know. What do you get? Do you get money
Yeah,
in
a little
America?
10K or something in America.
Super cute. And it's a real nice thing to win as well, Miss
You
Congeniality.
get to come back for the next finale. Well, not that we do live ones here, but if we did.
Oh, I wish they'd fucking do live finales. Imagine going to see it.
Yeah, it makes it seem like they care about it less, like it's not as good.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not.
I mean, no, it's not.
Rose and Thorn?
Oh, hang on, let me pull up my notes.
Been talking so long, your phone's gone on.
Wow, on legs. The girls had a mastered track. I'm really fucking glad that they managed to not only get their dog shit BDE.
Am I in the Matrix?
That's my Rose.
Oh, that's your Rose. I thought you were just literally like scanned back to the wrong place in your
short-circuiting.
notes.
Yeah. No, just like, I'm just so glad that because they didn't get a track out of the finale last time because it was so awful. So like, you can't listen to that. And I'm just glad that they, not only it was a great song, Hey Sis, It's Christmas, but also that they get that as part of their finale package. You know what I mean? They get their photos, they got their track. And so they've got the proper girl group track and then also a released, because they'll be getting the royalties from it.
They will.
And I don't know. And I feel like around Christmas, that could probably do well. Probably do much better than fucking that dog shit BDE song.
Although we'll be competing with 100 what's it called? 100 Years of Christmas, I believe, is the new Steps Christmas song written by Darren Savage Garden. Which they told
100
us.
years of Christmas.
100 Years of Christmas, or something like that.
Also, like, we've had more than 100. That makes no sense.
But
That
you
is
don't know the
nonsense.
context of the rest of the song.
Okay, sure. Wow. The Stans going up against the toxic
That's like
fandom
being
of
like,
Steps.
Oh, someone's song is called Wednesday. It's like, what? There's 6 other days in the week.
It's just like 100 years of Christmas. It's like,
Maybe it's talking about
we've been celebrating Christmas for so long that it's just like, why have the past 100 been specifically?
Well, maybe they'll tell you if you took the time
I don't
to
think
listen.
I'll be listening to it, honey. Maybe I'll give it a
think you
bob.
probably
I'll give
will.
it. Yeah, I think you'll probably have it on in the studio.
I don't
from
like
December
Christmas,
1st. But you do like Steps. What was your rose, baby?
The crystal one.
Good.
Mm.
Yeah, no. I'm really glad. Would you say that she was your number one pick?
For the last few weeks, yeah.
Yeah. I would have been so happy with a Kitty crown because, again, I love Kitty shows. I think Kitty's just like a real good all-rounded queen. Also, fucking mental that she never sung on the show. She's got a great voice. Like, you've heard her sing, haven't you?
Nah.
Oh, she's got a great voice. Weird. And that's really part of her shtick in, like, when she's doing like freedom shows and stuff. She's always singing. So weird that she was never sort of like positioned as a singer queen. But,
yeah.
But yeah, I would have been happy with the Kitty, but I'm very, very happy with Crystal winning. And then your Thorn.
My Thorn, I felt like there was just a lot of filler. I'd like to see like more of the rehearsals,
face.
maybe more of the vocal recording
Thanks,
sessions
Dr.
and
Motox.
stuff. There just seemed like there was a load of just like boring
Fluff.
shit, yeah.
Yeah, I would have liked a much meatier rehearsal and choreo session. Mainly just to see Jay reveal a bit more, I guess. Mine Thorn is that the final runway, it always feels rushed and it isn't their best. It's not. I never think it's a true reflection of like, especially when think about how the three of them came in, their entrance looks. They're so specifically like, right, this has to encapsulate everything that my drag character is. Do you know what I mean? Crystal, like, think about what Crystal looked like when she came in. It was like a jaw drop moment. Like, and Kitty, for example, in her lovely sort of air hostess look.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, it's the Legally Blonde, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. But you look at it and you're like, that's Kitty. And I just wish that whatever it is, I'm sure it's just like, it is literally just like money at this point. It's like, I can't, but take charity up on the best fucking idea that's ever been given to Drag Race. Give the girls £500 per runway so that everyone has the same amount of money. And then you don't limit access to who can compete, who can be great, who has the funds to make their vision. Think about if you like someone that's just like really fucking sick. That's just like, I would have loved to do this, but I have no money. And it's like, realistically, like if they gave each of the girls 40 grand or whatever, it's the Beeb. Like, you're going to be okay. Like, that's such small fry. So I'd love to see that. I'd love to see some of the barriers broken down about who can compete and how effective they can be. But I guess that's the end of season 3.
We're going to do a quick head over to Dragula.
Oh,
I guess
please,
for the last
please,
update
please,
that they'll
please.
be having on it.
I guess you're just going to have to drop us an inbox if you want to chat. We'll do a couple of voice notes about it or something.
So this episode, the competitors are challenged with creating their hairiest creatures yet for this week's theme, which is hairy monsters.
Love.
So sad that Bitter Betty had to go because she on
She's
her
the queen of hair.
Instagram. Yeah, no, she's lovely wig stylist, but she had the sickest like female Teen Wolf look, and it had like, because it was a female version, it had like scrunchies on like the chin hair and stuff.
Yeah.
Guest judges were Langdon Cider, last season's King winner, love them, and a lady called Bonnie Aarons, don't know her.
No, me neither.
And so, yeah, they had to create a floor show look inspired by the hairy creatures. The winner was Hoso Teratoma, whose was fucking sick. And most people, well, they said that they knew most people would be doing mammals, so they wanted to do an insect. and they did this like yellow and pink furry moth thing. That was absolutely gorgeous, but really, really gross.
The thought of
as
like
well.
moth hair as well, really just, I feel like I can feel it in the back of my throat. Like,
Yeah. Who else did stuff? Saint was like a fawn.
yeah.
La
which is-
Zavaleta was like a weird kind of.
I did love Saint's Fawn, but it was just a bit too Sunday afternoon at Secret Garden Party. Someone's dressed up as a, like weird sexual fawn, Mr. Tumnus. It's like handing out LSD. Like it was a bit, something about it was a bit festy.
Yeah.
Not even festy. What is that? Oh wait, we won't say it on the pod, but do you know the like production company that I'm thinking of?
I
can't remember what the name is. Like, always used to be at Secret Garden Party, and they have like a very specific sort of aesthetic.
I don't know.
Lots of horns, lots of anyway.
Rumpus.
That's it. Very that rumpus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sigourney was giving us cool werewolf as well, although they didn't love that. Darlie was giving us like under the bridge troll, which was really cool.
What would you have done? I feel like we both had really great ideas when we were watching the show that we were like, that's what I would do. My only thing that came up is that I was like, I'd fucking love to do it makes me feel sick again, but like I think of spider, like the long hair of a spider. So I think I'd do like a hairy sort of like tarantula.
I don't know. I'd want to do something mythical, I think. So I think I'd have to like research and find some gross little like hairy demon or something. The bottom two were Jade Jolie. What did Jade give us? Barely any hair at all.
Literally like her at Coachella.
Yeah. So Jade and Sigourney had to stand in laboratory and get covered in cockroaches.
You heard that right. Sigourney, the angel of our hearts, was in the bottom.
This
Why
is
are you
just
doing this to
straight
us?
after losing our another
Why are you
angel,
doing
Big Betty.
this to us?
But luckily, Sigourney lives to fight another day. She was able to handle the cockroaches a lot better than Jade.
How do you think you'd be
apparently.
with the cockroaches?
I think I'd be okay if I could just kind of zone it out. And it's really like depends on what you're wearing. You can really luck out. 'Cause if you've got a massive wig, then they're never going to find you. If you've got like some kind of bodysuit up to your neck, like if they can't go on your skin, unfortunately, they're going down like Sigourney's boobs and stuff.
I'm actually much better with bigger insects. Like if they were like, here's
for sure.
termites being poured all over you, and they're like getting in like,
they can get in little crevices.
Yeah, like in my ball sack and stuff. Like not in. Oh my god, imagine. Like, do you know what I mean? Like if they're like in my armpits and they're going in my mouth and stuff. Like that is. I'd still be fine. I'd still power through. But like that is much worse. To like cockroaches are big. I can just shake it off. Yeah. I'd rather
shake it.
I was really confused about where you're going with that. I thought you were
I started off
Taylor
doing
Swift
Taylor
one.
Swift, and then I moved on to the others.
One time when we were doing a show, me and Lukey were...
It was a Day of the Dead thing, wasn't
but
it?
luckily we were respectful enough to not be in full...
Actually, no, it was New Orleans Mardi Gras.
Dia de los Muertos. What's it called? Did I make that up?
Dia de los Muertos is the Mexican Day of the Dead, but I think actually it was a Mardi Gras.
Sure.
It had that bloody band.
And we were... and we were doing it, and for some reason, your boyfriend was DJing. That's why I was like, "Did you just take the mic?" There was a full room of people, and we were rocking the main stage. And
I was in very weird kind of like voodoo face paint and a Sia wig and a fur coat.
No, that was green high pony.
Green high
That's
pony.
when we went.
This is skeleton face.
Yeah,
then.
we were like in, and we were doing this gig just as sort of like go-go dancers. But then for somehow, this little girl, Miss Lukey Luck, found the mic and then started singing over. And then her boyfriend played, and the players want to play, and she was like pretending to sing on the mic as she was rocking the main stage as a go-go dancer. But then her boyfriend kept on turning the song down, so it would be like, so the players want it, and then it would just cut to her being like, play. It was honestly one of the funniest moments of our life. Just like imagine her melodious tones just coming over.
I'm a straight up rapstress.
Coming over the sound system to a very confused crowd. But absolutely fantastic. Are you bursting for the toilet, or are you just?
No, I'm bursting
Are you
for the
bopping?
toilet.
Oh, right, okay. So I guess that's it. I guess that is the wrap.
No, the end is near.
I guess that's the end for season 3. Is it, what season are we on? Season 3.
3.
We're in season 3 of Cliffhangers.
Oh
Can
my
you
god,
believe?
we've got Dragula and Canada to watch after this.
Oh, fantastic.
Maybe we'll just nip in with the updates on the others and just what we've been doing.
Yeah, maybe we'll just gas a bit.
And we'll watch those numbers of original downloads.
Yeah. Our downloads. It's like last one 700, this one 11, and 11 of them are you just playing. Let us know if you'd like us. We're undecided. We've got some exciting collaborations coming up, which we need to be doing a podcast for. So we're undecided as to what direction we should take this in. Will we just do? I believe that Drag Race season 14 US is coming.
Ooh.
Will we just do that, or will we pivot into a true crime pod? True crime pod.
Or just chatting.
The goss with the gals.
We can't copy William and Alaska that much.
Spilling the tea. Yeah, who knows? Drop in our inbox, send us titty pics, and let us know what you think we should do with the podcast.
Again, literally, we cancel everything we've done from Race Chaser.
Do they ask for titty pics?
They ask for any nudes.
I don't want to see
Send
dick
all
pics
nudes.
though. I've seen enough rotted cocks in my life. No more.
Taints, base, and areolas, please.
Yeah. Especially if you've got them cute nips that are all sort of like bubbly around the edge.
Oh,
Yeah.
braille nipples. I have them.
Do you? No,
Yeah.
you do. Oh,
I do.
kind of. I guess. I like them. They're my favourite.
When they get cold.
Yeah. So if you've got braille nips and if you've got a particularly interesting perineum, just let us know.
I got perineums.
Right, love you gals. That's a wrap on season 3. But maybe we'll be... Oh, first of all, we'll be serving you a red hot interview with our favourite queen, Miss Victoria Scone. But second of all, we'll be serving you maybe some red hot goss. Maybe we'll just take to the DMs and read out every awful thing that people have told us about other drag queens in the DMs.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll be our new pod. All right, love you gals.
Bye.